Myself, Dr. JIBRAN Ahmad presents to you Simply Pathology, and today we are back with a very important session. Now, today's session, unlike the other sessions, is a little different one because in today's session, we are not going to talk about any topic or any disease or any study related matter, but we are going to talk about a very important topic, might be one of the most important sessions for you as a pathology resident. So, as you can see, today's topic of discussion is based on Pathology Residency Decoded. So, we are basically going to discuss a lot of things today, and we are going to discuss many mistakes that you are making along the pathway and what can be done for that, and how you should approach your residency, whether you are in the first year, second year or third year. Okay. So, let us begin today's session without wasting any more time. Now, also I would like to highlight that we have launched our upgraded new website. You can see the link in the description box, and also we have launched our own Android app which is live in the Google Play Store. Okay. In a month, we are also going to launch the Apple app, or iOS apps will be available for use as well. Okay. So, let us begin this session without wasting any more time. So, before I go towards individual topics of discussion today, I would like to highlight that what is it that we are going to discuss broadly in today's session. Okay. So, first of all, I would just like to highlight the basic approach that you should have toward different years of residency, whether you are in the first year or in the second year or in the third year. Ideally, what is it that is expected out of you to complete in the first, second, third year? Secondly, very importantly, I would like to highlight some of the mistakes that you are currently making that you should avoid. Thirdly, I would like to highlight the importance of last 5-year question paper. Yes, the importance of last 5-year question paper of your respective university. Okay. Fourthly, I would like to have a discussion, okay, on this line that you are here in this residency to learn pathology and not to impress or be in fear of any of the professors in your department. So, the basic idea is not to retaliate but to strike a balance. So, I will be discussing in details about this. So, stay tuned. Then I would like to inform you all that your colleague means your friends who are doing pathology residency along with you. Okay, your batchmates. Okay, they are your biggest asset. Okay, turn them into asset. Okay, learn to work with your batchmates rather than against them. So, learn to work with your colleagues, not against them. Okay. Again, passing MD DNB exams are easy, but independently reporting the slides, that is the main task at hand. Okay. Then in the end, we are going to discuss about that how organizing yourself or having a very organized timetable can create wonders for you, and how it can also lead you to achieving a gold medal in your exam. I will throw a lot of light on this particular aspect, and more importantly, I am going to share what I did during my residency period and how I achieved the gold medal and what is the importance of the gold medal. So, I will discuss with you about that as well. And in the end, I am going to highlight that what we at Simply Pathology, what we are up to and what we are doing so as to help all the residents not only in India but across the world. Okay. Okay, so let us begin. So, the first very important aspect is the approach towards the different years of residency. So, if you see that again, this has been covered multiple times at multiple places, but yet I see that some of the students yet they are lagging and they keep on asking me that, sir, how to approach the residency, what I should do, what I shouldn't do. So, in short, I am going to give you an idea what is it that is expected out of you in the different years of residency. Okay. So, in the first year, you are expected to complete general pathology. In hematology, you are expected to complete the RBC disorder along with the platelet disorder. Then in cytology, you should start the cytology and you should cover the basic chapters that you are coming across day-to-day life. By basic chapters means, for example, you are doing FNSC of salivary gland. So, you should complete salivary gland. Okay, lymph node. So, you should complete the lymph node portion. Breast. So, you should complete the breast. So, all the common FNSCs that you are doing, because you are performing and you are observing in that time. So, it is a good time to start off with cytology, and that is an easy topic to start. Okay, because you will also be participating in the grossing. So, you should at least start the process of grossing. Understand the tissue processing. Okay, what is tissue processing? Okay, how tissue processing occurs. So, in the very first year, you can visit your tissue processing room and you can observe what are the tissue processing steps. Also in our Simply Pathology website and in the app, we have introduced a separate section on tissue processing as well as basic histological techniques. Okay, along with that you have to read. Now we do not need to tell this repeatedly. Basic histopathology is given very nicely in case of Weters, okay, or in Currens also. There are 2 books, okay, so you should read basic histopathology as well. Okay, then you should be able to arrange the last 5-year question papers of your university. Okay, so whatever questions are coming every year in your university, you should start arranging that. The best source are your exam going seniors. Usually they have the bunch of question papers, so you ask them. You should also start clinical pathology because you will have laboratory rotations as well. So it is best to start reading the clinical pathology. Now we have also started the clinical pathology section in our Simply Pathology website as well, so you can go and check out over there. Not only that, in the first year itself, you have to decide on what topic you are going to do for your thesis. So you have to submit a synopsis in the first year itself. So as you can see, there are lots of things to do in the first year. Okay, and therefore you have to utilize the first year time very judiciously. As I always say, the sooner you start the preparation, the better it is. And I will throw more light that what kind of mistakes the first year students are doing, and I am going to throw a lot of light on that, and I am going to make you understand what mistakes you are doing at this point of time. So ideally these are the things that should be covered in the first year itself. In the second year, as you go to the second year, there will be an increased responsibility. So all the procedures will be performed by the second year. So be it the grossing, be it the FNAC, even for example sitting with the with your professors for reporting the slides. So you might have to sit down with the faculties to report these slides. Okay, it is so the amount of responsibility starts to increase from the second year. Now it is at this stage that you can start with the systemic pathology. As I have always maintained, systemic pathology you should read from Robbins first, okay, followed by the other bigger books like Ackerman, Fletcher, Sternberg, or WHO 5th edition. Okay, now if this is taking a lot of time, you can directly go to our lectures. Our lectures are based out of Robbins as well as all the bigger books, and they are up to date. Okay, and in it is in confirmation with the latest 5th edition of the WHO. So all the updates are already there in our website, Simply Pathology website. Okay, so along with the systemic pathology part, you have to start the WBC disorders of hematology. You have to start one miscellaneous topic, that is the recent advance, and you should start the other miscellaneous topic. You should continue all the things that you have started in the first year, like the grossing, cytology, clinical pathology that you have started, tissue processing part that you have started in the first year. It should continue till your third year. Now along with that, what you have to do, that you have also got to pay attention to your thesis. So usually in the second year you are collecting your cases. Throughout the second year you are collecting and building your case for your thesis. Okay, and in the second year you start to solve the last 5-year questions of your university. Yes, these are the things that you should be able to do in the second year itself. Okay, and in the third year, by the time you are coming in the third year, very important that whatever cases you have collected, maybe you will collect some more cases, but you have to start writing your thesis once you arrive in the third year. So writing, and because writing thesis takes a lot of time and energy, and along with writing of the thesis you have to complete all the other things that you have started in the first and second year, including systemic pathology, hematology, recent advance, cytology, clinical pathology, tissue processing, grossing, basic histological techniques, staining, all these things, and all the remaining 5-year questions that is there. Remaining questions should be solved as well. Now you should utilize your time in the third year in such a way that the last 3 months, okay, last 3 months you have for revision. Along with that, the last lab, 21 days should be there. That is the last lab which is there just before your final exams. Okay, so these points are very important. So this is what is required out of you all ideally. So this is what should be followed by you ideally. Now some of you are asking me that, sir, I only came to know about you when I came in the second year. Sir, I only came to know about you when I was in the third year. Okay, now having said these things, so if you have come to know about me in the second year, then as soon as possible as you come in the second year, you have to continue with what you have already done or what you are doing in the second year, but you have to complete what you have left out in the first year. Okay, and you have to get back in track. If for example you have come to me in the third year, okay, even there are students who have joined me in the last 3 and 4 months, yet they have studied and they have secured a very good marks. So the basic answer to this question is, if you are joining late, you have to do the hard work to complete whatever which was left in the previous years. This is how you have to approach. Okay, understand this point. So this is the first pillar that I have discussed for today. The second and the very important pillar that you should be aware of are the different kinds of mistakes that you are currently making that you should avoid. And I wish that I could hold each and every resident's hand, okay, who have come to me this year in the third year, and I could make you understand. Okay, I could make that junior understand that was in the first year. So this message should be very loud and clear to all the individuals who are in the first year or who have just entered the second year. This is very important part for you. So what are the mistakes that you are making that you should avoid at the moment? So very importantly, if you see, especially in the first year. So remember that the first year, it is the most important year. Why it is the most important year? Because you have the least amount of responsibility and you have maximum amount of free time. Yes, I repeat, you have the maximum free time with least amount of responsibility. What happens that I see most of the first years that I come across, they are disoriented. They do not know about anything. Most of them that I come across, they are depressed, they are disoriented, and they are into a situation of self-pity. Why is it so? And the most common reasons that I've come across, okay, after doing a survey across all the first years who are enrolled with us and also who are not enrolled with us, okay, via our YouTube, the most important thing that is, that is very, depressing for the new years who are joining or the first years is that you are basically exposed to a new place. So the place is new, okay. Secondly, you say that you did not get the choice of branch. So whatever branch you wanted, you did not get, and therefore pathology was a second choice or it was a third choice. It wasn't the first choice. So you have come here out of compulsion. Okay, this is the second reason. Thirdly, in the first year, because you are new, so no one gives you a lot of responsibility and you are just like anyone else. So mostly all the clerical jobs like writing down the reports given by the professors, so the seniors are going to give you a lot of work. So a lot of clerical jobs are done by you. Basically the second year students, they do not allow, or basically they want to get the cutting. So basically you just watch and you observe how the seniors are performing the FNSE, how the seniors are performing the grossing. So sometimes you feel very left out. So a lot of clerical jobs comes across your way, but one very important thing I would like to tell you, it is this clerical job, it is very important for learning how to write down the description, because whenever the professor or the faculty or the senior asks you that please go and write down the descriptions, okay, in the record khata, okay, so over there when you are writing, and if you write it diligently and if you write it meaningfully, okay, then in that situation, that is the time you are learning how to describe a slide perfectly. Okay, then comparison with the peer is there. You think that my friends, my MBBS batchmates, some of them has got surgery, some of them have got ortho, medicine, whatnot. I would just like to tell you one thing: no branch is superior or no branch is inferior. Okay, if you are good at what you do, okay, then you are going to be successful, and excellence and success are going to be at your door all the time. So you need to be excellent. You need to be excellent and good at what you do, no matter what. Okay, even if for example you like to wash clothes, if you open a good laundromat, you can have a big business. Okay, first maybe in your locality, then maybe in your city, then in the entire state, and then in the entire country, and maybe one day in the entire world. So it is what depends is, or what matters is your outlook. Okay, so please stop the comparison. Then the next important reason that I got is that the 9 to 4 work. Usually in the MBBS, you are not accustomed to that continuous 9 to 4 work in one department. In the MBBS, you attend lectures, sometimes you go for clinical post and sometimes you don't go. Usually by the afternoon time, you are back. And then you can bunk also a lot of lectures. So you are having a very chilled out life when you are in the MBBS, right? But over here, you have to stay in the department from 9 to 4 because it is like an on-board job. It is like a job. You come over there every day, you do the work every day, then you leave as everyone is leaving. And you're not accustomed to that. So, okay, that is an understandable reason, but you should become accustomed to this. You should not take more than even 10-15 days. 2-3 weeks is more than enough time to get accustomed to this schedule or this routine. Also, one important thing is, once you enter pathology, there is no one to sit and to orient you. Very few places in India I have seen that has an orientation session. Now, having said this, very importantly, I have also given the MD DNB orientation. Okay, that video is already there in the YouTube, and I am going to give the link to that video. So, one video, that is the MD DNB orientation, where I have given complete orientation, okay, to how to, what are the things which are required out of you. So, that is very theoretical, that how the National Medical Council has set up your entire process, what are the things that you are required to do. So that orientation video has already been there, and I am going to put that link in the description box. So please look at that link. Now, very importantly, you remember the very important mistake that you are making again in the first year is some of the seniors, not all of them, some of the seniors, and it happened with me. So they used to tell me that whatsoever, how much you want to enjoy in the first year, you enjoy, because there is no responsibility on you. Okay, and don't read, enjoy the first year, because when you go to the second and third year, then you will have to work. So why you want to work from now only? So this line, this line is very, very destructive. Okay, this is the first year is the year that you can become that much active, and you can become ahead of the competition, and you not leave the competition. But this is the time where you should invest reading many things, because pathology is one subject wherein practically you learn. I'm not saying you don't learn, but practically you will only learn if you have read the theory. As they very commonly say, that the eyes doesn't see that what the mind doesn't know. So this is a very, very, it's very applicable to pathology. Understand? So first year is very important, and to all the first years, I wish that the first years are watching this video, because you can rectify the mistakes that you are making. Okay, then the second, this is the first group of mistakes that is relevant, and it is most commonly relevant for the first year. So the take home message for the first year is that you should start as soon as possible as you can. Now the second important thing that I would like to highlight, now this highlight is there for the first year, second year, and very important thing is that you are understanding this point, that departmental activity is not the only work that you have, and very, very, it's very unfortunate that only by the time you come to the third year that you understand this point. Now I do agree that you are having journal clubs, you are having seminars, you have to attend certain CMEs, you also have that 9 to 4 session every day, wherein you have to do the departmental activities, grossing, FNAC in histopathology, showing the slides, attending hematology sessions, performing the bone marrow, then also going for the laboratory rotation, clinical pathology laboratory rotations, wherein you have to report the clinical pathology slides. Okay, so all these things are there, they will be there, they are constant. Okay, but you need a me time, you need, apart from whatever thing you do, you need time for yourself to address what you need to do in the first, second and third year. This is what I am trying to tell you. Whatever I have discussed over here, okay, this has to be done in your me time. So apart from whatever you do in the university, whatever you do in your respective college, please remember, departmental activity is departmental. You are doing for the patients. You have got a government seats, or you have gone to a private college, whatever be the case. Okay, you are working, they are paying you some money, so you have to do some job. But on top of that, you have to pass the MD DNB exam to get your degree. So you need a me time to solve, to address what you have to do in the first, second and third year. So this has to go in your brain. I have spoken about this elaborately multiple times, yet I see that students are giving me this message, and they are writing such messages to me. Okay. Now the third important mistake that you make, that whenever you see slide, you see one of your seniors, juniors, batchmates is watching one slide. So you want to see all the slides in one day. Now suppose I have seen residents watching around 30 slides in 30 minutes, very fast. So today what all slides were there? Let us see, So you just want to have that number, that today 30 slides were reported, I want to see all 30 slides. That is a wrong way. Instead, you should go for 5 cases per day, and this should be done for at least 3 times a week. At least 3 times a week, you should be able to see 5 slides a day. So 5 slides a day, and you should see the 5 slides over a period of 1 hour. At least half an hour to 40 hours or 45 minutes should be spent, okay, on working on those 5 slides. Okay, you have to spend time with the slide, means you see all around. You see all the structures, because when you are spending time, you are reading the slide and you are getting an idea how to read the slide. So first day, maybe you take around 5 minutes or 10 minutes time to read one slide. Then the next day you will see that your speed of reading is going to reduce, and finally over a month or 1 month, when you are seeing, then maybe 5 cases you might be able to see in 15 minutes itself. But you have to spend the initial time to read the slides, to appreciate the structures. You should not just see the slide just for the sake that others have seen. Okay, so you have to try and you have to understand how to read the slides. And remember, no book, no course, no nothing, no book can teach you how to see the slides. There is no way at all. You have to sit yourself and you have to focus the microscope. You have to learn how to move around the microscope. No one will do it for you. And even if anyone is doing it, remember, in the exams, in the real life, you have to do it yourself. So this should be very crystal clear in your mind. Okay. The fourth important mistake is that more than 50% of the residents, they do not know about the MD DNB pathology curriculum. That is, what is it that is expected out of you? What is it that is expected out of you to learn? No one will tell you. I have not seen anywhere. I have made a detailed video on the same. I will share the link in the description box, the link to MD DNB curriculum orientation. Okay, this orientation is very important because you should understand, the only time the first years are getting an orientation is when they are seeing their seniors sitting in for the exam, and after 1 year they are realizing, oh, these are also there, that is also there, we have to learn this also and that also. Why to wait 1 year, 1 whole year? Why not educate yourself from the beginning? So you do not have any idea about what you have to know. So you don't know, even some residents, they don't know what immunohistochemistry is. They don't know about it. Okay, some of you I come across, they don't know what tissue processing is, what staining is. Oh, these are not our work, they are work for technologists or technicians. No, you have to know about staining, you have to know about tissue processing. Okay, you have to know all these things. Surprisingly, one important thing is, because, and it is not your fault, most of the first years who are coming in, okay, so what they believe, that they read Robbins, and then they understand Robbins, and then they think that Robbins is the only book I will read for the 3 years and that will suffice. You are wrong about that. Robbins is just the building step. It is like, you know, like for example, if you go to a particular park, now for the entry of the park, you need to pay some money. And then if you want to go to the different sections of the park, for example, you want to attend the water park section of the park, you need to take separate ticket, or you have to do something separate to get inside that. Similarly, Robbins is just the first ticket. It is a must, means without reading Robbins, you cannot go towards other aspects. But Robbins is not the only book. It is very essential, okay, for your understanding of all the different things, but Robbins is not enough. There are many other books and many other stuffs that you have to know, okay. Not only passing, anyone can pass. I'm not talking about passing. But to become a pathologist, a good pathologist, you need to read along with Robbins many other books. Okay, and lastly, what I have seen, that many residents, okay, they have not seen the last 5-year questions yet. Okay, so this is a very, very big problem. Only when they are coming in the, I have seen one of the residents, okay, they have exam in 2 months time. Now they have come, now they came to know that, you know, what is the pattern, what is this, and then they are posting such questions to us, and then they are saying that this is the last 5 years, sir, how to solve, what to solve. This should not happen. If you do not have access to last 5-year questions in the first 6 months, of your residency, something is wrong in your residency. Okay. The importance, yes, as I have already spoken about the last 5-year question paper. So multiple times you have heard this. Why is it that it is so important? Because once you come across the questions, you will get a practical idea of what all questions are a must know for you. For example, I will tell you, once you go through the question paper, you will realize that all the different kinds of classifications that are there, they are important. You have to know the classifications. You will see that there are certain questions, for example, small round blue cell tumors of childhood. Okay, this is very commonly asked question. Then you will see vesiculobullous lesion of the skin, very commonly asked question. Certain topics which are actually certain systemic disease like hypertension, okay, like atherosclerosis, okay, like diabetes mellitus, okay, like obesity, okay, like cystic fibrosis, okay, like for example Preon's disease, Alzheimer's disease, okay, so like alcoholism or alcoholic liver disease. These questions, they are repeatedly asked. Okay, there are certain systemic questions, they will always be asked. Okay, so you will get an idea that these are the important questions that I at least need to know, and somewhere around the corner I will be asked about them. Okay, then the pattern of question, I have been telling this always. See, National Medical Council has given a guideline how your paper will be or what all should be there in paper 1, 2, 3, 4, but all universities, they are not following it uniformly. So to know the pattern, it is very, very important. For example, in West Bengal, in the West Bengal University of Health Science, okay, that I know currently also in this year also, they are having 4 papers, okay, paper 1, 2, 3, 4. And in every paper, it is of 100 marks and each question carries 10 marks. But this year in 2023, okay, suppose, you know, in Hyderabad, in Telangana state, they have a different set of questions. They are not following that. Some of the universities, some of the states, okay, they are following 2 long questions, each 25 marks, 50 marks over here, and then 5 questions each of 10 marks. Then some places I have seen that 75 marks, there are 3 questions only carrying, 25, 3 questions, and then there are 5 questions each 5 marks each. So we have seen multiple patterns, okay. So please see what the last 5-year pattern for your university, please be specific to that. It is very, very important. Now, the sooner you are going to see the question paper, the sooner you are going to realize that there are certain, important questions and which are not given in the books, the answers to which you have to write, you have to specialize. Okay, so for that you need some amount of time. So if you come across those questions in the end, when you don't have time, then you start to panic and then everything goes haywire. Okay, so once you see the last 5 years, you will easily come to understand what are the repeat questions. Okay, remember 95% of the questions you will see, it is solvable, and 95% of these questions will be available in our website at Simply Pathology also. So I have been telling this thing for the last 3 years. I am telling this, and every year there is the same story, and after the students, they give the exam, they come and they tell me, yes sir, you were completely right, but we were nervous, we were searching something here and there, and that is why we read so many things, but only this much came in the exam. Okay, then remember that only few questions, okay, you will not find an answer, and mostly they are recent advanced questions. Okay, around 5% questions are difficult, and you have to search different articles for those answers, and this is a time consuming process. It will take a lot of time and energy for you. So that is why if you start early, then you will be having enough amount of time to solve those questions. Else most of the answers are given in the books. So the basic take home message again for the first year, those who are in the first year, the sooner you start, the better it is. जितना जल्दी शुरू करोगे उतना ही ज़्यादा अच्छा होगा आपके लिए. Okay, the sooner you start, the better it is. Okay, so now the idea regarding last 5 years is what? Try to understand. It is not like I am telling you only solve the last 5 years. No, I have shown you what are the benefits of first solving the last 5-year question. So once you are through with the last 5-year question, you become confident. Okay, chalo, itna to mera base ho gaya hai. So your base becomes ready. This is very important. Once your base becomes ready, then you start reading the other things. Okay, you will start reading the other things. Okay, that is there. Okay, now I have always said this, in your exams, remember 80 to 90% of the questions are easy questions or they are repeat questions. Okay, 80 to 90% of the questions are easy or repeat questions, whereas 10 to 20% will be new. Now the new questions that are coming, they are coming from a pool of more than 1000 questions, whereas the pool of 80 to 90% question is coming from a pool of 200 or 300 questions. So is it not wise that you make this portion, this 200 to 300 questions, why don't you solve them first? Why don't you not concentrate on that rather than spending your time and energy for these new questions which there is no guarantee that it is going to come, and that is why it is new. And if it is new for you, it is new for everyone. So the basic point is you should concentrate on this 80 to 90% of the questions which are repeat questions, which are the easy questions, which are always asked. Okay, so always the pattern is this, and I have proved this year. Okay, approximately, our students are giving exams throughout the country, and every paper has followed this particular pattern. You can go and check. Okay, in 2023, whatever exam going students, who are there, if you see our paper and whatever contents were available at Simply Pathology, there was a 90 to 98% match. There's a range. In some of them, even 100% of the papers were matched. Okay, in accordance to what Simply Pathology, in accordance to whatever questions and topics are discussed in Simply Pathology. Okay. Now this is a very sensitive topic, you might say. As you can see that you are in this residency to learn pathology, and you are not here to impress or be in fear of any professor. So the idea is not to retaliate or to fight with your professors, but you should strike a balance with them. So what is the meaning? Let me make it clear. Now I will tell you that some kind of politics, okay, is existing in every medical college. Okay, there is some politics in every department. Not only there, even if you go to any government office or any private office, okay, there is a different kind of toxic culture and politics that is everywhere. It is not like it is just in our country, it's not abroad. Yes, abroad also is there, but abroad work ethics is far more better as compared to India. So the rights of a resident or the rights of a doctor or a human being is not very well defined and not very well followed in the country, in our country. Okay, so you cannot deny that toxic culture is not there. The harassment culture, the toxic culture is there. Okay, but having said this, always remember that you will always have some very good professors, very good teachers. For example, in my residency, I was very fortunate to have a very good set of teachers who were very caretaking, and they were really very good. But there will always be certain toxic people. Okay, certain toxic people are there everywhere, so that you cannot help. So I will be talking about what you should do in such situations. So always remember, the situation might not always be right. So always remember, if any teacher, professor or any authority at the position of power is there, so if they are saying something, or if they don't like something, or if they said two lines to you, so don't retaliate them, don't fight with anyone. Okay, you learn to bypass and learn to move on things. Okay, you learn to bypass. Okay, you speak about your issues with colleagues. So whatever issues you are facing, okay, try to speak out to them. And please, I am telling you, not in our pathology residency, but in every year in the clinical residencies, one or the other PGT, they are committing suicide, and that is a very big problem that is there. No one is there, and the biggest fact is that none of the institutes, they have not addressed this concern. Okay, why have they not addressed this concern? Even I am shocked about that. They should have a specific counseling place, or a counseling place where students can go and they can speak about their problems, but as if no one cares about it. So from my end, I am writing over here to all the residents. This is the number, the official number, and this official number is working 24/7. If you have any problem, if you face any such issues, and if you feel very depressed about such issues, please do not hesitate to call. If you don't want to speak with us, don't speak. Speak with your parents, speak with your friends, speak with your siblings, speak with someone that is out of that department, so that you can offload the burden of your shoulders. And speaking is a very good way of trying to address such issues. Also in the department, try to maintain a low profile. Okay, try to maintain. What do you mean by try to maintain a low profile? See, sometimes many things. Right now, I think few days back, one of the students, okay, actually he was watching my lecture, and I have given everything according to the WHO 5th edition. But maybe the teachers at the university, they are not that much updated. It doesn't mean that they are wrong and you are right. Understand? So do not show off your knowledge in front of the teachers. Do not show off your knowledge in front of anyone. If you have a good knowledge, keep it to yourself. Then you apply it in the real world. Okay, that is there. And also other thing, if you don't know something about some answer or some question, please do not by yourself go and raise your hand at sir, I know. So in both the situations, little knowledge is also dangerous and showing of extra knowledge is also dangerous. So you should always maintain a low profile. Okay, so always remember this. Now, having said all these points, that don't retaliate, maintain a low profile, these are only for certain day-to-day things, not for bigger things. Bigger things means if constantly some teacher is harassing you, okay, or in a way that is not acceptable by the society standards, okay, then you have to speak up. I am not telling for those reasons you should shut up and you should not say anything. No, if something is serious and if something really bad is happening, okay, then in that case you should speak up. You should speak up with the seniors, you should speak up and you should retaliate about the same. Okay, I am talking about only the small things that are taking place in day-to-day life, that you should not, you should not react to those things. Now remember, sometimes I have seen that some teachers, or you end up making some professors happy, or making your HOD happy, or someone you are making them happy, and you think that by making them happy, by putting bread and butter, okay, I am going to cross, I am going to pass and everything will be all right. No, in the exam no one will come to help you. It is only your knowledge that is going to help you. Remember this point. I have seen students who have done very bad, but they were very favorite of all these teachers initially, but in the exam they have done bad, okay, thinking that everything will take care of itself. No, knowledge is the only thing that is going to help you in the exams. Never argue with any of the professors or teachers, even if you are right. This is going without saying for both day-to-day activities as well as during exam. Sometime, and it is very common, the HODs, the professors, your guide, they might scold and insult you, in fact in front of everyone. It is very common, but don't take that seriously. Don't take it to the heart. Okay, life, as they say, is 10% of what happens to you and 90% how you react to that 10%. Okay, remember this thing. Voicing the concerns when the situation allows in an approaching manner. As I told you, all these things, if the things in the lab are very small and minute, just let go. Okay, do not beat around your brain. Do not beat your brain around for all these petty matters. But if something is of concern, means, for example, concern means if someone is extorting money from you, if someone is approaching you in an inappropriate way, or touching you in an inappropriate way, okay, these are all valid and these are all true incidences which have taken place. So that is why I am telling you, if someone is harassing you on a day-to-day basis in a particular pattern, if someone is targeting you only, so all these things, if you come across such patterns, if you come across, you have to speak up. Maybe you have to go to the principal of that institute, maybe you have to speak up to your parents, your HOD, or to other teachers about these things, but you have to speak up about those things. Okay. The next important thing that I would like to tell you, and this is a very very easy said than done. Okay, your colleagues are your biggest asset. Okay, so learn to work with your colleagues and not against your colleagues. Your colleagues are your biggest asset. Okay, so I am telling you, okay, this might not be achievable in most situations because everyone's mindset is not the same. They are not looking alike. They are not thinking alike. Okay, so this is very easy to say, but it is very difficult to master. But if you can do that, then it will become very helpful and your residency will become very enjoyable. So why am I telling you these things? What are the advantages and how you can do this? See, both of you have the same goal. Though you have to pass, so you have to study and you have to know certain things in the process. So both have to pass and study. So basically that is why they will be interested into this symbiotic relationship. And I am saying that you should build a symbiotic. What is the meaning of symbiotic? Symbiotic means if you are doing something for someone, then they are also doing something for you. Then only the relationship can grow. Now, symbiotic doesn't mean that it should be strictly 50-50. Sometimes it can be 60, you can be 60, they can be 40. Sometimes you can be 40, they can be 60. Sometimes it can go like this also. Okay. But remember, it should be vice versa. Okay. It should not be that someone is only doing 10 and you are doing 90, or you are doing 90 and they are doing 10. It should not be like that. Okay, build a symbiotic relationship, okay, so that you can help each other out. Have revision partners. In my residency, we used to have revision partners. Means we were around 4 or 5 people who used to be interested in reading. So we never used to give any topic ki tum ye padho, tum wo padho, tum ye padho. No, everyone reads something every day. So when we come back, okay, when we used to come back, especially in the third year, so we used to sit in the room and we used to just say, what did you read yesterday? Everyone is reading something or the other every day. So whatever they read in the previous day, they used to say, because that is the easiest thing that you will remember. And when they used to say that, then it used to hit your brain and you used to remember those things. And because of this, if 5 people, they are reading 5 topics and they are repeating 5 topics in front of 5 people, then in that 1 hour, that 5 topic has been done for you. And this is how you save time, energy, and you build interest in what you do. Again, management and organization, because see what happens, that suppose you are in a department and you are in one unit, and that unit, for example, is hematology unit. So suppose what happens that one day you are not well, or you have some other work, or you cannot go. So if you have a strong relationship with your colleague, then sometimes you can ask him to cover for you. So it helps in your management and in organization. Okay. Learn to spread the knowledge. As I always tell you, I see students, they read everything, but they don't want to say anything, whatever they are reading, to anyone. Okay. So have a healthy competition. Competition is good, but a healthy competition is very important. Okay. You should not, despise your colleagues or your juniors or seniors. Always remember, you are a human being. Okay. It is not like every time, every situation, everything will become all right and things are going to go very smoothly. Sometimes your mood will not be well. Sometimes others' mood will not be well. Just always remember, learn to forgive, learn to forget, and learn to move on in life. This is very, very important. Now, one important thing that I would like to highlight over here is, if anyone tells you that, okay, I am going to teach you, or just read these notes, or just read these topics and your work is done, you will pass. Or if any senior also tells you that don't study in the first year, don't do anything. If any person is telling you to take a path of shortcut, boycott that person immediately. Boycott. I am telling you, knowledge is important. You have to read the books, you have to read the notes, you have to do the hard work. Along with that, practically in whichever institute you are in, you have to work as well. Because this is a professional course. This is not a theoretical test that you will do the rote learning, you will go and you will apply. Professional means after you pass out, you have to apply whatever knowledge you have given. This is the meaning of professional course. Okay. Yes. So the next important point is that passing the MD, DNB exams are easy, but independently reporting the slides, they are the main task. Because this independent reporting, it requires in-depth knowledge. It requires correlation to make a diagnosis. Now, how do you think, if you don't have the knowledge, if you have not read, then how are you going to correlate? Majority of the students I see, they have not read general pathology, they go towards systemic pathology. Then they will tell us, sir, systemic pathology is very difficult, I'm not being able to understand. You know why? Because you have not read neoplasia, you have not read inflammation, you have not read cell injury. So if you have not read those things, then you cannot join the dots. And if you cannot join the dots, you will never be able to correlate. That is why I am telling that first year is the best year to start. The sooner you start, the better it is. Okay. Now, having said all these things, remember, we have designed a very beautiful course. We have also launched our apps. We are always updating our content on a weekly basis. We are doing many things. Okay. But yet, I am telling you, you do not require our help to pass in the exam. If your only motive is to pass, you are not interested in the pathology subject, you just want to get by, you don't need to come to Simply Pathology. I am telling you myself. I am the founder, CEO of Simply Pathology. I am telling you myself. Simply, you can just solve the last 5 years. You are good to go. You will get the repeat questions and you will pass. Remember, everyone passes. Everyone mostly passes. In the MD, the passing rate is approximately 99.5%. And in the DNB, it is little less, to the tune of 96%, which in a course of time will become similar. But you have to remember one thing in your mind, that you are over here and you are in a professional course. What is the meaning of professional course? That once you pass out, once you are a MD pathologist, and if you go to work in a particular lab, hospital, anywhere, it doesn't matter if you are fresh or you are experienced or whatever. The lab has fixed X amount of salary to you, and the requirement is any person with a degree who can get the job done, who can independently report the slides, give the reports to the patient. This is what is required out of you. Now, if you just aim at passing and not knowing things, then you will face the consequences later on in life. After you pass out, then you will be searching for some residencies. Then residency you want to do, 1 year is not enough. I want to do more, 2 years, 3. So whatever things you have not learned in your residency when you were supposed to run, then you try to complete that after passing in senior residency. Okay, so very important thing is professional course passing. After you pass, you have to independently report the slide. That is wherein we come in. That is where Simply Pathology comes into the picture. Always remember why you want to just pass, why you want to aim low, that no, only if I pass is all. Why not run after excellence? We are providing all materials, all knowledge, everything top notch, everything WHO 5th edition. And when we are providing such things, do you know that residents from USA, United States, residents from UK, those who are giving FRCP, okay, FRCP for pathology, okay, those who are actually residents from South Africa, residents from Japan, residents from Australia, residents from the entire Middle East, including Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, Jordan. There are so many countries, and residents from all these countries are with us. You know why? Because we are following the standard, and you as an Indian, you have so much access to us. Okay, anytime you can call us, anytime you can get over, on with us in WhatsApp, everything. So if you are having that opportunity, why not run after excellence? Why not be this? Why you want to be this? Why not you want to take yourself here? So do not read for fear of failing or just for passing. Read and run after excellence. Read joyfully. So always remember that these 3 years time, it is the only time you will learn. Okay, only time you are going to open the books, and you are in this phase of learning, and this phase is there. Once you come out, once you pass out your residency, once you go into some lab for working, okay, in that situation, you will not find the time to read books. Maybe sometimes you see 1 or 2 pages, but you will not find the time to read the way you were supposed to read in your residency. Remember, practical exposure is a must. Okay, we are running an online course, and most of the things that we have shown you, we have introduced all the practical things also. We have given you theoretical stuff, we have introduced exam slides, we have the downloadable resources section, we have each and everything we have introduced for you all. Even practically how we are doing the bone marrow procedure, how we are making the cell block, I have given everything that was possible practically. Yet I am saying that my videos or watching my videos is not enough. Yourself making the peripheral blood smear, yourself doing the H&E staining, yourself cutting the sections in the microtome, yourself doing all the practical work, the grossing, the FNSC, the bone marrow procedure, to be done by yourself. Only when you will do that, you are going to learn. And please note this, if anyone, any institute or any person tells you this thing, that no, you don't need to do anything, just come to our course and do, they are lying to you. They are straight away lying to you. This is not the truth. You have to gain the practical knowledge. As I am repeating, it is a professional course. We are here to help you out. We are here to help you reach the excellence and to show you the path. But you have to walk towards this path yourself. Okay, we are able to help you till one extent, but the entire practical portions have to be mastered yourself in the institute you are doing the residency. Now, the most important part, that how organizing yourself will create wonders and will lead to you achieving the gold medal. Now see, I have repeatedly stated the gold medal just to attract your attention so that you watch the video till the end. Okay, I am not trying to glorify. No, I am not glorifying gold medal at all. It was just to, make you, come till this point, that you see what is the importance of this. I am not glorifying gold medal. What I am trying to tell you is, you should always give your 100% and you should leave the rest to the God. And whatever may happen, okay, whatever may happen, okay, will happen. But if you give your 100%, there is a chance that you can excel. Okay, excel means that you will also, you can also have the opportunity to get the gold medal. But gold medal is not your goal. Your goal is excellence. Your goal is to give 100%. That should be your goal. Okay, so if you follow a certain way, okay, then extraordinary results are achievable. And I had followed a certain way in my residency that had created wonders, and yet it continues to create wonders in my life. Okay, what is that? Is to be organized and to have a timetable to perform the things. Now here I am giving you a sample timing of what I had done, what I had followed in my residency period. But your timings might differ. but the basic idea will remain the same, that how much amount of time you can give. Now, some people are very intelligent, they may require less than the time that I needed. Some people, they might be less intelligent than me, they will need more time than I needed time. Understand? So this can change, but the basic idea will remain the same. Okay, so always remember that we have divided our sessions or the day into a morning, evening, and in between that you are there in your college 9 to 4 p.m. So what my idea was, I used to read 2 hours in the morning, I used to read 1 hour, okay, in between the time that I was in college. In 9 to 4, I used to take out one me time. Usually it was my lunch time between 2 to 3. Okay, I used to go to the library and I used to sit 1 hour over there, and all the recent advances notes that I have prepared that you see in the downloadable section, most of the notes were prepared in that 1 hour in my residency period. Okay, so you can understand how much you can achieve. And in the evening hours, again 2 hours you can give. Now, having said that, before I come over here, I have written over here plus minus 1. Why have I written? Some of you really may have a lot of work and you may not get the time in your college. So that 1 hour, okay, you have to borrow from this 2 hours. So over here, you should read 2 hours only, and you should include this time over here only. I will explain you with the help of diagram, don't worry. So I have divided the entire curriculum into 3 main parts. Okay, so there were certain heavy subjects. For example, for me, heavy subject was general pathology, systemic pathology. These were quite heavy. They required a lot of time, energy, understanding to know this stuff. Okay, then there are certain lighter topics. For example, hematology, cytology, or clinical pathology. These are very light topics. You will enjoy these topics very easily. Then there are certain miscellaneous topics like tissue processing, basic histology, basic histopathological techniques, recent advances, grossing, staining. So individually they are miscellaneous. Taken together, they are very big. Okay, they constitute a lot of marks in the exam. So just to, just let me give you a basic idea of how I used to divide my days. So for example, on the first day or day 1, I used to read in the morning. I used to get up, for example, around 6 o'clock, 6:30, I used to get up. 2 hours I used to read. For example, day 1, I read general pathology. Then I went to the college, I did whatever departmental activities were there or not there. Okay. Then if you can get time, I am telling, if you can get time, then in the department itself, 1 hour you can read a miscellaneous topics. For example, tissue processing, one miscellaneous topic I read. Now when you come back, you read a lighter topic, or you read a light topic, okay, L1, that is hematology. For example, one of the light subject is hematology. I gave 2 hours. So completely I was able to give 5 hours. Now some of you might not be able to give this 1 hour in the institute. In that case, you give 1 hour to the light subject, that is hematology, and 1 hour you read miscellaneous. But you read miscellaneous. The idea is, when you distribute the subjects, when you distribute the topics, you do not get bored, number 1. Number 2, you get everything you are able to cover. You are not missing out on anything. So in the final exam, you are ready for each and everything. Understand? Then in the day 2, what I will do, I am just going to alternate. What I will do, I will read second heavy subject, that is your systemic pathology. I will give 2 hours early morning. Then I attended my college. In the college, I took out 1 hour. I read one miscellaneous. Now the first day I read miscellaneous tissue processing. Now I am going to read recent advance as the miscellaneous topic. Then when I came back, I read L2. That is, I read the second light subject, that is cytology. I gave 2 hours. Again, the concept remains the same. If you do not get time, then you divide this 2 hour, 1 hour light cytology, 1 hour miscellaneous you read. Okay, so this is how at least 4 hours every day consistently, if you are going to read, you are going to create wonders for yourself. You are going to excel. You are going to get such results that you yourself will not believe that, am I really deserving such things? So you will be able to generate extraordinary results. Now having said this, sometimes you will have seminar, sometimes you will have general presentation, but they are not every day, right? They are on a monthly basis. You will have slide discussion, something will be there. So for that, okay, in some days you have to compromise on this schedule. That is all right. Okay, some days you have to attend a marriage, some days you have to go out with your friends. You have to do everything. I'm not saying that 365 days you do this, but at least 70% of those 365 days you should be able to do all these things. Understand? So you have to take out time for everything. You should exercise also, you should watch television also, you should play also, you should do everything. Okay, but more, by and large, this should be your schedule. Okay. So what is very important, whenever you're looking at all these things, you have to act. Action is necessary. Just I speaking these words, you getting charged up from tomorrow, the same story again, it is not going to help you. Understand? So what is very important is the consistency. You have to be consistent. Like I just read 4 hours one day, then for 2 weeks, I did not touch my books. I was here, there, here, there, here, there. That is not going to help you. As I told you, daily 5 slides only you see at least 3 times a week. Discipline yourself. You have to discipline yourself. Okay. At least for these 3 years, you have to discipline yourself. Why it is important to discipline? Because once you work hard in this time, okay, you will not only enjoy. I'm not telling you that you don't go out for your personal activities, for watching movies, for going to restaurants, for going out on holidays. No, that you do. Everyone does that. Okay, but you have to also, along with that, you have to keep this into consideration as well. This is only what I'm telling you. Then you should not procrastinate. Just say, yes, sir has told, I have seen, I will do this. Now when the time came, you say, okay, today, okay, I will do this much, okay, tomorrow I will continue with this. No, that should not happen. You should not procrastinate. Okay, whatever job you have taken into account, you should always do that. And one very effective way to eliminate procrastination is, one day before, every day before, you plan out your day for the next day. Okay, so for example, it shouldn't be that you are doing things as it comes. If you plan out your day one day before, that's 5-10 minutes, okay, tomorrow I have to do this. Once this is there in your brain, you more often 90% the chances there that you are going to address those issues and you are going to complete those things. Now, the sooner you start, the better it is. I have told this multiple times. The first year, the sooner you are going to start your preparation, the better it is. You should avoid distractions. It is very, very important to avoid distractions. This phone that you see, this is the biggest addiction in this world. I will tell you some things that are happening. When you are going in the social media, you see some or the other, individuals, all people in this life, okay, who are living this life, they always will show their best part. They will not show their sorrow, anger, or the other part. Only the good times are shown. And there is nothing bad in that. Even I do that. Even I show. Why should anyone show their hard times in social media? But social media, always remember, is a way to entertain yourself. Okay, for some time, for limited time, entertain yourself. But what happens that most of the times you see your friends, colleagues, your relatives, okay, your peers. You see some of them have bought a car, some of them have bought a phone, some of them have bought something. The problem happens when you start, comparing, and when it starts affecting your life, and it is affecting people's life. Because I have seen residents, okay, who have come up with such problem. That is why I have come to this. Second thing is distractions. Sometimes, for example, whenever you are reading 2 hours, you want to give to general pathology, switch off your phone in that 2 hours or turn into airplane mode. Okay, so maybe you want to check a feed, you want to check a post. Okay, maybe you wanted to be there for 5 minutes, but you ended up being there half an hour, 45 minutes. That is what is wrong. Okay, that is what is very wrong. And as I have already maintained, run after excellence. Okay, everyone will pass, but you should run after your excellence. Now, in the end, I would like to highlight that what we at Simply Pathology, what we are doing to help all the residents. So first of all, I would like to tell you that we have completely upgraded our website, that is Simply Pathology. And if you watch till the end, we are also going to show you how our website looks like and what all things you should do so as to access the website contents very nicely and to utilize our contents in a very effective manner. We have also launched our iOS and Android app. Now, Android app is already live in the name of Simply Pathology. So you can go and download them and you can see the app. iOS app, it is going to come in the end of July of 2023. Now, all these things, this app thing was requested by the students. So we have bought it for these students. Okay, we have made it available for you all. Again, as per the requirements of the students, we have again listened, hard copy notes will be made available very soon. So those of you who are sitting for the next year 2024 MD DNB pathology exams, all these things will be available to you. Now you should work towards making, we are working towards making very concise exam friendly notes. So we will be making we will be revamping the videos and the notes in such a way that you are able to revise each one of them, okay, in a very short period of time. Also, we are having a separate exam slide short videos will also be, will also be made, which is just going to address the, the exam, which is going to address just for the exam purpose. Exam slides have already been started in our website, and now we will be starting short videos as well. We have also introduced a separate downloadable resource section wherein all the important answers, notes to the separate, questions, exam questions are there available for you. Again, in the website itself, we have introduced slide discussion section, means in the exam slide section, there is an option for you to discuss wherein you can write down. I have always maintained this. Most of the students, even after joining my course, many times they are telling me that, sir, it is very difficult to write. I don't know how to write. How you will learn to write? The only way you will learn to write is by yourself writing. If you don't write, you are never going to be able to write or describe a particular slide. Remember, some of you are just saying that, sir, even I have started that. Even for the exam section, I have given the particular course name, and for the exam slides, I have given the particular slide, history. And not only that, I have also described the slide, but I am telling you no two slides of osteosarcoma will not have the same description. Always remember, no two slides will have the same description ever. Description has to come from you, and examiners in the exam see whether honestly you are describing the slide or no. If you are just, rectifying whatever descriptions are there and you're just writing that, in 2 seconds the examiner will catch you and he will not give you marks for that. This is very, very important. You write only what you see. Okay. Apart from that, this has always been there. We are providing 24/7 support, not only to national but also international students. Both study related queries, technical support are also there. Not only this, we are now going to introduce to help you out in your thesis as well as we will help you buy good quality microscopes as well. One very important thing is that we are also helping you in different kinds of work that you are doing. For example, we are here to help you with regards to different kinds of slide seminars. If you are having slide seminars, if you are having any seminar presentation or journal club, we are also helping you in that in the way that we are sharing articles with you as well. So with this, we have completed most part of this session, and in the next part of this video, we are going to show you in a very short video that how you can access all the contents in our new upgraded version of the website. So here, as you can see, this is the latest website that we are having, and this is how you can see, this is the basic layout of the latest website that we are that we have upgraded to. And what you can see over here, that there are multiple courses. As you can see, the undergraduate, postgraduate, and a demo course is also there for you. Now here I am going to show you the postgraduate MD DNB Pathology 2023 course. So what you can see that in this is basically a bundle and has 10 courses which is included in this bundle. So as you can appreciate over here, okay, there are 10 courses like basic histology, clinical pathology, general pathology, cytopathology, hematology, systemic pathology part 1, part 2, histological techniques, staining, okay, downloadable resources as well as exam slide. Now in the histotechniques, we have also introduced grossing as well. So if you go to any, for example, we go to the systemic pathology part 1 section, okay. So if you see over here that every section or every course has multiple other sections. For example, this is a soft tissue tumor. So if you can see, this video is there and you can play the video directly. So this soft tissue tumor is there. If you click over here, you can see all the important videos with relation to the soft tissue tumors. Again, if you go for the endocrine system, again you can see the different videos in the endocrine system, okay. So you just collapse them. So as you go ahead, you can see that there are different sections, and each sections are having different topics, okay. For example, in the heart, we are having hypertension, myocardial infarction, atherosclerosis, vasculitis, all these things. If you see, along with any video, there is an attachment. So let's see what happens. If I am touching at the basic attachment, okay, then what is going to happen that when you touch a particular attachment like this, then the download option comes and you can download the particular PDF associated with that particular video, okay. So this is basically all about the different types of courses which are included under the postgraduate MD DNB pathology. And what I wanted to tell you very importantly, if you see, we have introduced many sections. You can see a new section of downloadable resources is there, which you will see has recent advance, histopathology exam notes, cytology notes, autopsy notes, approach for the residents. So like this, many things are there. But over here, there are no videos. You only have the notes. So for example, if you go and select the cytology notes, if you see the cytology notes, you have to click on the attachments. For any download part, you have to click on the attachments. Okay. And once you click on the attachment, as you can see, a host of PDFs are going to open. Okay. So for example, over here, if you see in the cytology, there are three parts, part 1, part 2 and part 3. So in the part 1, you can see attachments. You click over here, the part 1, there are so many attachments and there are downloadable resources. Similarly, in part 2, if you go again, there are attachments. You can see the multiple sections over here. Again over here in the part 3 also, you have the different kinds of attachments, as we can appreciate over here. Not only this, if we go back, okay, if we go back and see over here, we have also introduced what is called as the exam slide section, wherein the different slides are there. For example, over here, this is one particular slide. So basically, you can see slide number 2, 3, 4 is there. So as a student, what you can do, you can start writing over here that section shows so and so, then you can see. So once you do the discussion, you start the discussion over here, what is going to happen that all the students, they can see the discussion. And in the about section, so for example, this is the about section. If you go in the about section, see, we have already given that this is a slide of papillary carcinoma thyroid, this is the history, and this is basically the description of that particular slide. But what is very important from you, this is for this particular slide. In the exam, the papillary carcinoma slide might be different and the description will vary. So this is only to help you understand how to write, but not to rote learn. Okay, so I hope this point is very clear to everyone, and I hope you have enjoyed this particular video. Thank you very much for watching this particular video.